Talk about how Aikido's like impacted your work, or has it? Because I know you've been involved with Aikido for a while.
Well,
Got your black belt recently.
yeah, I think it's probably maturity, and Aikido, I think, just came at the right time to help enhance the maturity, both in the business and as a person, as a human. Um, it, some of the anxieties that may have been or that I may have experienced early on, I don't experience that much anymore. I guess it's just part of it is just getting more and more comfortable with myself as a person, as a designer, and so I think Aikido is just one thing that just has added to becoming a more mature person.
How do you mean that maturity? How does Aikido
I
help
I
you?
think I think Aikido makes you really look at yourself and think about the type of person you are in terms of the goals that you set for yourself, sometimes unrealistic goals, and also just in the way that you deal with situations.
So yeah, one of the things
Mm-hmm.
that I've found on the goal setting for yourself is it's kind of like the same thing in Aikido, where you still have yourself to contend with. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever your mind can create, oh, this is a goal for you. You kind of bring yourself to the table, and so
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of stuck with those strengths and weaknesses that you also bring to the
Mm-hmm.
table. And I think Aikido helps you uh, maybe recognize those in ways that probably you can sweep under the rug otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, you look at one art form, which is Aikido, and realize that it takes a while to learn and to attain a certain level of expertise, and at the same time, you could never, or at least I feel like you could never be an expert, if you will. I mean, there's always going to be room to grow. I also liken it to playing golf. The perfect game of golf is going to be one where you get a hole in one on all 18 holes, and that's chances are that's never going to happen. So you have to kind of just make the best of it and do your best, but knowing that the I guess I think of maybe the goal of Aikido, or maybe every martial art is in the end enlightenment, and whether you can get there or not, I'm not sure, but the path and the process sure is a lot of fun.
Yeah, the process. I
Mm-hmm.
get, I think Americans can be too busy to like get involved with the process
Mm-hmm.
of things. Maybe that's why I don't know. A lot of people don't really flock to Aikido. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like because it's not like a quick,
Right.
payoff.
Yeah. No, it certainly isn't a quick fix and a immediate gratification type.
Do you think it's an overstatement, an exaggeration to say that Aikido could change the world? On one hand, it seems like
Mm-hmm.
Aikido is a bit ahead of its time uh, in terms of uh, how it appeals to
Mm-hmm.
not really appeals to people, but uh, I guess part of the enlightenment
Mm-hmm.
that is the promise of Aikido because
Mm-hmm.
it kind of works against the not it doesn't work against, but it doesn't really speak to the competitive, aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
primal nature that
Mm-hmm.
seems to come with humanity.
There's no question that if people understood it for what it is, that it's just you're just going to be a better person from it. But I think still a lot of people that get into it, at least in the beginning, they are after the knowledge of being able to have the strength and power and ability to you know, if need be, take care of somebody, you know, in one way or another. And so, but getting rid of that mindset is difficult, and I think it takes a long time, and maybe some people never quite get there.
One time I asked Yoichi why he started practicing aikido, and he said, well, I wanted to defend myself and my loved ones, but I didn't want to hurt anybody doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember too at one of the get-togethers, somebody asked Yoichi, so do you think that, you know, you could take care of an attacker, you know, this way or that way? And he's just, you know, his answer is just like, I don't even think about that, you know. And I think that's the attitude that you need to have, is that you really can't even think about those things, because it brings in negativity, and you know,
so
just
like
just
tensing
the
up your muscles
it's
before
just the opposite types of thoughts that you should be having in your mind, you know.
Yeah, I've tried yoga briefly because I wanted to work on my breathing. One of the things that I found that I tend to do is during the technique, I unconsciously start holding my breath. I don't know why it's so strange. When I was doing the yoga, it wasn't like feeding that aggressive side so much. I think one of the things that's interesting about aikido is it enables you to kind of work with a different person's, you know, your partner's energy in a way that's aggressive, but also compassionate at the same time. It's not like, you know, you're throwing punches and kicks to damage somebody.
Yeah, it's, you know, and I'm still new at it, and been doing it now for a little over 6 years, and I truly feel like I'm still at the very beginning of learning what the art is all about, and I'm not sure just how long I'm gonna feel that way, but it's so interesting to me. And it's, you know, as somebody who's just inquisitive and wants to constantly learn, it completely feeds that desire within me. Every time I go to the dojo, I feel like here I am to learn, and I know I'm gonna learn something in that 45 minutes or 1 hour that I'll be there, and it seems to always work. And as a nice byproduct, I stay in shape, so it's wonderful.